There are maps that chart kingdoms, and others that trace coastlines. But none capture the sacred terrain I trace when I hold the thought of you close to my chest. My world, once bound by duty and protocol, shifted its poles the moment your eyes met mine, not with fireworks but with the hush before a dawn that knows its own brilliance. You became the compass I never thought I needed, guiding me through rooms of silence, through corridors of longing I was taught not to name. They taught me how to carry a crown before I could carry a secret. But you are the first secret I ever wanted to keep, tucked in letters I never dared write, hidden in sighs pressed into silk pillows. My hands trained for formality, ache for the geography of your skin, the rising hills of your shoulders, the long quiet rivers of your spine. I am not supposed to feel this deeply, but I do. And when I speak of landscapes, it is your silhouette my mind sketches in the margins of treaty. But you are the truth behind every veiled phrase, every gesture wrapped in silk and silence. There are nights I drift to sleep imagining your arms are the borders of a nation where I can rest without titles, where the only anthem is your breath against my ear. In my dreams, there is no protocol, only the rhythm of your heartbeat echoing against mine like the steady hum of something ancient and sure. I picture us walking not through palaces but across fields of wild thyme and wheat, where I am not princess but only girl, and you are not subject but simply man, the one who taught me the weight of my own heart. Your laughter is the latitude by which I chart my joy, the sound that reaches me even across oceans and oaths. I wonder if you feel it too, this magnetic pull that no throne could override, this rebellion written not in fire but in the soft defiance of a smile exchanged when no one is watching. There are roses pressed between the pages of my mind, moments we shared that I dare not speak aloud. I name them silently, your gaze, your voice, the way your fingers brushed mine like a question too bold to ask. If love is a land, then I am both the exiled and the homeward bound. With you as every direction, I have studied the art of poise as one studies architecture. Precision, weight, grace under scrutiny. But you unravel that poise with a glance. You walk into a room and suddenly I forget the posture of expectation, the performance that wraps itself around me like velvet chains. When you are near, the crown on my head feels less like inheritance and more like something breakable, something I might set down just to trace the line of your jaw with trembling fingers. They tell me I must belong to the people, to tradition, to a future shaped by centuries. And yet, my heart belongs to moments with you that cannot be archived. It belongs to your touch when you brushed a loose strand of hair behind my ear, to the way you said my name like it was not a title but a truth. The geography of your embrace is not marked by nations, but by nearness, not by battles, but by the hush that settles when I fall into you. You make me forget the scripts I memorized, the smiles choreographed in mirrors. With you I am not princess, I am not heir. I am just a girl in love, deeply, hopelessly. When we sit beside each other I feel the pull of gravity differently. My body leans toward yours without permission, as if the air itself conspires to draw us. Every breath I take feels full of you, of your scent, part spice, part forest, part memory. The fabric between us is never thin enough, and I imagine the moment I might slip my hand into yours, not as spectacle, but as a quiet revolution. Your presence is a country I wish to explore endlessly. From the warmth of your palms to the citadel of your thoughts. I would write treaties on your skin if allowed, not in ink but in kisses, in whispers that no foreign ministry could translate. I trace your name on parchment meant for politics, my fingers betraying my mind, seeking your syllables in forbidden places. I know the rules, I know the vows stitched into the seams of my inheritance. But what I feel for you does not ask for permission. It blooms in the shade between glances and silences rich with meaning. You make me believe that even a princess can choose her own geography, that perhaps the truest reign is over one man's heart, and the noblest act is loving him without fear. I remember the first time I caught you looking at me, not the formal glance owed to rank, but the unguarded one, filled with something unsaid. It startled me more than ceremony ever did, and I spent weeks unraveling that look in solitude, as though it were a secret passed only to me. Since then, every room you enter becomes a place I wish to memorize. The way your shadow stretches beside mine, how your voice anchors the air like a cathedral bell. You ground me when everything else demands I float about. They dress me in brocade, in silk, in the weight of expectation. but my heart wears only your memory. I want to speak your name in languages older than monarchy, in the hush between footsteps on marble floors, in the warmth of a blanket pulled over two lovers in hiding. Your nearness is a cartographer's dream, every curve of your face a point of reference. I wonder how long I can keep loving you in silence, before the geography of my heart gives way, before the map I've drawn in secret spills into daylight. If exile is the cost of loving you, then let me be banished with grace, for I would choose your arms over any throne. There are moments when I am expected to wave, to smile, to embody the grace of an entire lineage, and all I can think of is you. The way your laughter lingers like sunlight on stone, the way your eyes hold me longer than custom permit. I sit through dinners with diplomats, and dream of your fingers interlaced with mine, beneath the table, hidden from sight but known, deeply known. You are the secret ceremony I carry beneath my gowns, the invisible diadem that crowns not my head but my heart. When you speak I listen as if the world were muted, as if the future I've been groomed for could bend toward you like a sunflower toward. My tutors taught me history, you taught me longing. My mother taught me posture, you taught me to soften. I trace you in every poem I read beneath royal ceilings, in every melody that slips from the harp I play in private. You have become the ghost that walks beside me, not haunting, but whole. And though I may never write your name in official records, it is inscribed in every sigh I release into moonlit windows, in every quiet vow I whisper to the stars. Even now as I write this in shadow, I imagine your hands wrapped around this page, your eyes deciphering every syllable like a map of my hidden self. If I could draw the world anew, it would begin and end with your skin, your breath, the place just beneath your collarbone where my lips would learn to pray. You are the unnamed capital of my desire, the warmest latitude I have ever imagined. My every waking thought bends toward you. How could I explain that without breaking the world in half? They say love is patient, but mine is pulsing, present, a river pressing against the banks of duty. I do not want kingdoms, not without you. I want the poetry of your presence beside me, in small, unpublic hours. Let them call it fantasy. Let them say it is unbecoming. I know only this: when I am near you, I am more myself than any title could make me. You've mapped your way into me, without ink, without permission. And now I live as a kingdom newly charted, each breath a border you've redrawn, each heartbeat a flag raised in surrender. You once told me a story, small, simple, about your childhood and a tree you used to climb. I've never looked at trees the same since. That is what you do. You alter the lens through which I see the world. Every detail becomes brighter when colored with the light of your memory. I carry your stories like heirlooms, not jeweled, but precious nonetheless. Sometimes I fear I will forget your voice, and so I rehearse it in silence, humming the shape of it into the folds of my pillow. My country is proud, and I must be its mirror, but my reflection is blurred by the thought of you, the boy who turned my palace into a place of yearning. If I must rule, let me rule with love, not despite it. And if I must love in silence, let it be the loudest thing inside me. You are my geography, uncharted and sacred, forbidden yet familiar. The world will never understand the map I carry of you, etched in my blood, in my breath. But I will walk it all the same, from your first touch to your last glance, until the borders of my life close in with the shape of your embrace.